Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 20 of my Skylines series, Fangchenggang region. In the last episode we started off with this whole new area, and today we will be working mainly on the small interchange you can see on top of the screen right now. And we will be getting pretty lost in it and just starting to go crazy with detailing, and I'm actually very happy that I had the possibility to do this. The reason that I had the possibility to do it was that I gave myself much more time for this episode than for every else episode, and this led me to kind of an idea. I will be going back to one video per week until I have no school, so this will be for I think 1 or 2 weeks. And then I will be considering to go back to 2 videos a week, but I just want to keep the quality up for you guys and just kind of to keep the voice recording and also just the building process on a good point, I would say. Because today was the first episode where I gave myself the possibility of just kind of really go into the detailing. And what I mean with this is that I took myself about, I think, 3 hours just to get in the vegetation, and this is just something that I love to do. Vegetation is one of the favorite things in this game for me. I just love to make a huge kind of intersection with a lot of vegetation around it, so I thought about maybe we'll give it a try to make a very small intersection with a lot of vegetation about it and take a look how it looks, and I'm very happy with it. It's just incredible in my opinion, and we'll be talking a lot more about this once we come into it, but for now we are just kind of starting off by making a small warehouse here, and we aren't detailing this heavily. It is basically just an empty lot until now. We might be adding in there some containers or something like this, but nothing too special. I want to keep the asset count not too high right now, because we're right now pretty high already, and with the whole nature there already the FPS are going crazy, so I think we're having about 2 to 3 FPS there, so nothing pretty good there. Also, I'm not sure about the building that I placed right there on the corner, but I might be making a small apartment block and office block with them. So maybe just kind of an area that one big businessman bought and now is just building his stuff there. I think this would be kind of a cool story about this. And there I'm just making a small shop with a small parking lot, and we're just completely kind of finishing it up with nature, because I just love nature in this game, and I thought about in this series I have done so less with nature, so I definitely have to do more there. And there I'm at first just adding in some trees, and I'm just adding them in to get kind of an idea of how this whole area will be looking like, and now I'm just also thinking we need pedestrian overpasses, because on these streets there are no pedestrians able to go, and so I thought about, yeah, we will have to do something about this. And there I'm using the kind of pathway from, was it? I'm not sure from who it was, I'm sorry, but we will be switching this off to the one from CSUR because I'm just in love with it. It's just incredibly cool, and it also has a very cool orange bridge, so I thought about, yeah, this would be perfect. Because at first I wanted to try this one, but there is the problem, this is the Ecology pathway. And I don't want to use the Ecology pathway because it will be destroying the whole terrain around it. And this is just something that I don't want to have in the city, because this was one of the main problems that I have had in Arda. So I've said to myself, no, I don't want this in the city, because this would just go make it crazy. Here you can see the bridge that I'm using, and this is from CSUR, as already said, and they're actually looking very cool in my opinion. So I thought about, yeah, they're having also different colors, so this is also perfect to break up the concrete. And it is just adding a lot of details only with the pathway itself, so I said, yep, we will be using this one. Also with the orange bridge, it's just looking so cool. And in the end, I'm very happy with how it turned out. And just another thing that I wanted to say is just a huge thank you to you guys after the last episode, because we actually gained 1 sub, and actually there were 4 people subbing and some were desubbing, but this is completely okay for me, and it is pretty cool. And just thank you guys. I will be just taking myself some more time for one episode, and just kind of also kind of keeping my health in mind, and so just kind of working with it and not working against it, because then also the videos are getting a better quality. I'm just having more fun with it, and also the episode should be better for you guys, because then I can concentrate on building and not having struggles with myself. So yeah, thank you for the great feedback, and just also for this complete support. Thank you, you guys, incredible. And I've got so many messages, so thank you guys, it is very cool. The CSUR pillars. I want to talk with you about them because they are a pain in the ass sometimes, because they're always moving backwards to where they have been set in the beginning, and you can't move them if move it because they will be going back to the space where they were, and this is just extremely annoying for me, but I've worked my way around them in the end, and it is just kind of that I'm now taking the bridge, pressing Alt, and then just moving it on the curve. This is a way that isn't perfect, but it is working out for me, so I thought about, yeah, we will be using this one, and this should be working out, I think. And yeah, so there I'm just also looking on the web for some reference pictures, and the reference for this one are the outskirts of Tokyo and some other smaller Chinese areas. So I've took a Japanese city, Tokyo, and then just more Chinese ones. And the reason for this is that I want to have this kind of mixed in there already. This is definitely still in the Japanese area, but this one will be going fluently into the Chinese area. And so I thought about maybe also getting in there the first vibes and just getting in looking more general Asian, I would say. And this one there will be going to be deleted, don't be afraid of that, but this was just a try. And it didn't turn out how I wanted it to be, so I thought about, no, we will be completely getting rid of it later on. And there you could have already seen the pillar getting already weird, but this one will be just returning the whole time. But I think actually this is something to do with the how CSUR is made, because they also have a custom interface and stuff like this, so maybe it's glitched because of this one, I don't actually know. At first I wanted to make this a concrete section, but then it was turning out how should I detail it, and I was just staying at this very important question for me, and then it was just like, there's practically no way for me to do this. So I was just thinking, okay, what are my possibilities, what can I do about this? And then I got to the idea we would be doing a lot of nature around this street. Why? At first it is easy to detail, at second it's looking incredibly cool, and at third it is just an realistic and natural noise reduction, I'm sorry. So I thought about, yeah, this would be perfect, and then there I took some reference pictures, and also from an Austrian intersection that's pretty close to my home. And so I thought about maybe I can get there something kind of a home touch for myself in here. And this whole street is for now called Route 5. The reason for this is that there are awesome assets where there's just a 5 on it, so this was a basic idea, but if you can speak Chinese or Japanese, please hit me up with some road names or some stuff like this that I can put in them, and then we will be putting it on some signs and some custom PO signs and just hoping that my game won't crash, because last time I tried to use PO it completely crashed. But I think I know why it crashed, and I think I can kind of work around it, I would say. And there you can also see the pedestrian overpass, and the reason for this is that I don't want any pedestrian to cross this street because it's extremely dangerous. So I said to myself, no, I will be having to work around it and just kind of work with it and not work against it. And there I'm also adding in, as you can already see, the first guardrail from Ronnie's racetrack assets, and they're just very cool, I think, so I just wanted to add them there. And they're pretty high, but you can still look over them, and so I thought about, yeah, this is okay. And I just love them, they're extremely cool, and they're fitting in the theme, I think, and it's also kind of just fitting in this thing of a more rural road. So this road will definitely be going into the countryside and out of the city, so this will be the main connection between the north side and the main downtown. So this meant for me that there will be more nature from there on, and there will be a lot of industrial areas after this one, so it will be a mix of industrial and nature, I think. And there I've started to use the grass from Ronnie, and they also have some bigger assets that I haven't used there, but we will be using it on other sides of this intersection, but it's just incredibly looking, so I thought about, yeah, I just want to use it there. And yes, just let me turn down the music a bit, because I'm hearing it right now pretty loudly. But now it should be working out better for me, because I can't hear myself talking, and it's weird, because then I can't tell you if my voice is too loud or too quiet. So yeah, I just have to configure this a bit, because I had to set up everything new, so I've wanted to just kind of make a switch there and made my complete setup, just remade all of it, and just remade all of the USB ports, and just the cable management has to be redone once again, so I'm just working on this in the background right now. And it also has a good thing that I will be returning to my 1 video per week, because this is something that I just need for myself right now. This will be switched off later on to 2 videos per week once I have more time and once I'm kind of feeling better with it and just kind of keeping my quality that I want to keep with my videos. And this will be just something that I definitely have to do. And until then, I will be just enjoying doing 1 video per week, because then I can put way more effort and time into this one. Because this video took me about 5 to 6 hours, I would actually say, and just recording time were 3 hours, so rendering was also quite some time, and just also playing around with some more effects. I haven't put them in this episode now, I will be just working around with them and testing in the background. And we might be seeing some cool stuff with them later on, so this is something kind of a goal that I set myself there. Here I'm just adding in the guardrail for the safety of the people that are wanting to use the pedestrian pathways, and just kind of to give them the safety of an extra guardrail between them and the cars, because this would be a hell of a dangerous place there to go there without them, because the vehicles will be driving pretty quickly there. For the vegetation that I'm aiming for, it is just kind of, we're using a lot of grass patches, some bushes and some trees. We're actually using a lot of bushes and some pine trees and some normal lush trees, so it's just a perfect mix, I would say. It's looking extremely cool in my opinion, and I will be using this style of nature in a lot more parts of the city. But I had also to work around with the heights of the streets, because they weren't all the same. This is also something that I just want to keep, because I want to have different heights of them, because this makes the whole thing more realistic in my opinion, and it is just kind of a cool thing to work with, I would say. And also another thing that I want to learn is to use the height elevation and height differences, and for this one I will be doing some crazy terrain switches and maybe a small river going through this whole area and just working around it, because I want to get better with it basically. So this is just something that I wanted to do and that I want to do there in the whole thinking, I would say. I'm sorry if you hear the background right now, but I can't do much about it, so we just have to ignore it right now. Here I'm just finishing up this small square of plants with another guardrail, and this is just kind of a nature island in the middle, and we'll be doing them all around this intersection, and they're just kind of also taking a bit out of the side of the cars. But this isn't too bad. It isn't too unrealistic actually. It is also sometimes like this in Austria and other countries, so this should be working out. Wait, there was a black screen for a second. I hope I will be editing out. It will be writing down the minute, mark where it was so that I can later on delete it. But when I have edited out, you won't even know what I'm talking about, but it was in the last episodes already, and it was out of all the videos of mine, so I just want to take it out there. And yeah, so once again, just kind of there placing in some nature, and we will from now on just be placing nature. This is just a thing that I love to do, because I'm always having a thinking, okay, what would I like to have in my city? And one of the most important things is the nature for me, because I'm one of the person that just loves to see nature. If they are driving with the car, or if they are just, or if I'm just walking in a forest, I just love nature. So this is just the thing that I want to add, because it's adding a lot to the quality of life of people, and it's also adding in for the kind of mental health of the people. Just when you have a lot of nature around you, and that you can't just kind of go into the green and look into the green. So I thought about, when people have there a lot of traffic, I want there a lot of nature. Just kind of to getting in the balance there. And just also with the fact that there will be a lot of people driving there once I've detailed it, and once I've built more areas around it, this will be very cool looking. I'm planning to do 2 to 3 apartment blocks in this area, and a lot of office and stuff like this, and of warehouses. So this will be basically also a very industrial district, I would say. And there also, the trucks are actually using the intersection how it was meant to be most of the time. Some are turning around, but this is also okay for me, because it's kind of a small roundabout, and so I said myself, yeah, I won't be disallowing it for them, because it's just a possibility that we're already seeing some cars there moving around, because if you wouldn't have this, there would be about 1 car driving per minute there, because it is just one of the outer rings that's going into the suburbs that already have a better way to going into the suburbs. So it would be a wonder if we would already see a car there, but with this we're seeing at least some cars. And maybe you can also tell that I've watched a video of Skibit right before building this, because he's just a legend when it's going about intersections, and so I thought about I will just give it a shot by myself, because I'm just kind of this nature guy, and so I thought about why don't mix kind of in the making of an intersection with nature, because you can be integrating it pretty well. And so I thought about, yeah, we will be doing this and we will be just kind of working with it and not against the nature with the intersection. So just kind of to implement it into this whole feel, I would say. And I'm surprised that I've already talked 17 minutes, because it doesn't feel like this, but well, it's actually 15 minutes and 60 seconds, but 16 seconds. But it's already a lot for me, because I haven't done any voice recording in the last 5 days, I would say, but I'm pretty happy how it is. I will just take a look at my notes. And I think I've actually told everything. Yeah, well, this whole kind of detailing will be going all around this area. And also this train line will be sticking with this area. So these are the 2 things that I want to keep. I want to keep the nature in this area. I want to keep this nature vibe. I want to keep the signs, because they're making the whole thing more realistic, and I will be doing more ground recordings, I would say, and we'll be trying to just make also maybe a drive video through this whole area once it's finished, because it will be looking very controversial with just the high downtown in the background and the nature there. So this is something that I can't wait for, just to see once it's finished. And yes, so what I'm doing there is just adding in some more stuff here and getting ideas for how I want this whole thing to look like, and just kind of to get the bushes in at the first things. So this one will be another one where we will have a lot of trees in. But at first I'm doing once again the guardrails, because I'm not good with them. I'm okay with them. And you also have to put them down in the ground once again, because they're just kind of floating without this, and there would be floating beams above them, and this wouldn't be looking good. So I just have to align them to the ground and make this by hand, because when I make it with the ground, it isn't working out how I want it to be. And also there's one thing that I haven't cut out, and this is going into the options, because I was doing a lot in the options, and some things I cut out, but some I just wanted to keep in, so you guys can see what I'm doing there. But it's just basically some basic trying out with the shadows and stuff like this. Here once again going for public safety and adding guardrails. And they will be all around the street, so this street will basically be nature and guardrails, and this will be it. But I'm happy with this, and I can be working with this, I think. And yeah, once again, today is first day. This video will be uploaded on Sunday, and the next video will be, I think, once again on Sunday. Or if I find time, it will be on Wednesday, but it is I'm about not 190% sure that it will be on Sunday, so there will be 1 week between this and the next video, but I think this is okay. And if you're new to my channel and you just watch this video as the first video of my channel and you like what I'm doing, I'd appreciate if you'd consider liking this video and just subscribe to me when you want to see more, because it helps me quite a lot, and it just kind of gives me a push to do more videos and just also to put just more effort into video making. And yeah, I'd appreciate this quite a lot, and if you did, thank you. And also, if you just want me to build something special, or if you just want me to tell me something, please write it down in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. I'm called Austrian Spider there, or basically you can also hit me up on Instagram. I'm also called Austrian Spider there, and yeah, so there I am. I'm always answering in, I think, about 1 day range. When I'm 1 day not on my phone, I will be answering the next day, so I will be answering you as quick as possible. The same counts for the comment section. I'm sadly not getting every notification from YouTube somehow, so I'm taking a look about 2 to 3 times a day, and then I will just be answering comments there and just also writing back comments. So definitely, when you want to ask me something or want me to build me something, just hit me up there and I will be answering you. And yes, with that said, I just want to say thank you for watching. Hopefully you all have a great day, and hopefully see another video. Bye!